And I guess we're live. Yes, we're live from Keeler Gardens. So, for those of you watching the replay, you'll notice that I'm here by myself trying to be both the cameraman and the on-camera talent. So it's not working very well. So we're doing something different today. We are doing this on a tripod and still. Hello, Ed Kaplan. I'm going to wave. See, and this is going to be weird because I'm going to have to reach up to like wave and talk to people. So, in this unique new setup, I need a co-star in that comfortable chair there. So I'm going to turn and talk to my co-star. Welcome to Keeler Gardens. Trying something new today on a stationary camera, just to give you a feel for what it means to actually be immersed in a space, in a nature space. At the beginning of our videos, we often allow our viewers to get their notifications. Make sure you have you're following us, you have your notifications turned on for Keeler Gardens so that you know when we're live. Hello, Holly. Oh my God, it's so nice to see you. Well, not actually see you, but to have you here joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a little warm today, so trying to stay still. Our goal here at Keeler Gardens is to offer you a nature connection. And that nature connection here in our area, in our community, improves our health, improves the community health. And that's actually what we wanted to talk to you about today. Our week-long series this week is all about how nature connections improve our health. We did a series a couple weeks ago on how nature connections support us in reducing stress. And that's key in these very stressful times. And something else that we're also very concerned about is keeping our health up top notch. And so nature connections can really matter. So the way that I'm going to present this today is to discuss with you not just what we're doing here at Keeler Gardens, but what's been done and what's been studied, so that everyone has the opportunity to learn and be inspired on their own. So I will be putting in the comments later on this article from, and I'm referencing, sorry, I don't have it memorized. Okay, so this particular article, this particular version of this article was published in Science Findings, all right? It's an incredible compilation done by a team of researchers led by Kathleen Wolfe, who's done a lot of research on this topic. But the reason this particular article is so valuable is they went through thousands of studies to document what it means to have a nature space in an urban area. And they came up with a lot of takeaways that are very important, and I will touch upon each one briefly for you. So basically, the important thing for us to notice is you are so inspiring without nature, even more so in nature. Oh wow, well that was a nice compliment, thank you. Aren't husbands wonderful? Well, mine is. That's Ed. Okay, so here are some numbers for you. More than 5 million children in the United States are diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. 5 million children. So let's think how much help we could be to 5 million children if we had a space like Keeler Gardens in every community, all right? Window views from classrooms and green campuses reduce stress and enhance attention. So obviously reducing stress, like we talked about, that is going to be a benefit for our health. Cardiovascular disease is the primary cause of adult death in the United States, and studies show that associations between access to nearby nature and reduced cardiovascular disease mortality. Sorry for the technical terminology. What that means is that when you see nature opportunities, you see a decrease in mortality. There's also references to the 5 million Americans that have Alzheimer's disease and other dementia, and that access to nature could partially replace medication costs. And that's actually been discussed in the ADHD patients also, that if these nature commitments, if these nature times, if these nature exposures can improve these symptoms, then you might be able to have less medication or less therapies. Now, I am making these statements in the hopes to motivate and to inspire people. But what I really want to talk to you about is the actual studies, because we sort of preach to the choir here. Everyone who watches, everyone who visits here at Keeler Gardens knows that these green spaces matter. What I want you to try to do is try to think about a life without these green spaces, because that's the people we're trying to reach. People who are in schools that don't have playgrounds, people who are in communities that don't have parkways or trees. We're asking you to conceptualize what we're trying to offer is replicating Keeler Gardens in many different communities to build communities, to increase health, to build health, to increase interaction and trust, and also in some cases even reduce crime. So the numbers that I wanted to share with you, and I'll post this study in the comments, that I think are so important. This article and this study that was done, this compilation, what they were able to do is they were able to take this nature context, okay, so its health benefits and the populations that it benefits, okay, and they were able to sort of quantify that into units and then economic units and then a final economic value, okay. So I want you to listen to these numbers. I'm going to pull it up. It's the summary at the end. Hold on one second. It's incredible. And what this is suggesting is that what they're asking you to think about here is, this is community planning. This is about a community being willing to use a space for a garden instead of a new building, or a local community group, whether it's a church or community center, or even a home, willing to share with the community in this way by creating a nature space. Okay, so when babies are born with a higher birth rate, so the other thing that they showed is that there's a effect on birth rate too. Birth weight. When babies are born with a higher birth weight, the resulting annual cost savings could be $5.5 million. They're also saying that reducing falls in older adults, when you're in nature spaces, when you walk, when you follow paths, you build balance. So reducing falls could be an annual cost savings of 1.7 to 2.4 billion dollars, not million, billion dollars. Now there is a crime reduction number here, and although that's not health related, it is almost the $1 billion. And then what they're saying is that with the more than 5 million children with ADHD, partial reduction in medications could result in nearly $1.9 billion. And then cardiovascular disease, avoided costs of that would be upwards of $1 billion, up to a little more than $1 billion. So we're talking about several $1 billion in savings here to our communities, to the healthcare system, to individuals. And there's also associated benefits that it may be health, it may be more having to do with attention and inspiration and interaction that increase children's attention and get them through school and help them to graduate and give them more earning potential. So although this particular billion with a B, yes, although this particular Keeler Gardens Live, we didn't take you around the space as much, but even something as simple as this, having some plants, having a place you can go and sit, having a place where you can be immersed, having a safe place where you can gather. Let's say a family. We have a group of 3 children who come, 2 sisters and a brother who come and visit us almost every day to pet our feral cats. Having a space like that outside of your own home, a safe, wonderful place like that, it makes a difference. So we're going to continue on with our week-long exposure to you on the health benefits here at Keeler Gardens, with the goal of promoting a space like this in every community so everyone can benefit from these wonderful cost savings, cost reductions, health benefits. So please leave comments if you have questions. I will put this study in the comments. I've also promised to put a few other things in the comments with respect to some of our other What's in Bloom tours and such. So those will get posted soon. Please watch some of our previous videos. If you go back to June, you'll see a whole series of videos that have to do with that stress relief. And then this week we're going to talk a little bit more about some specifics on certain areas of health benefits. And also we'll have our Feature Friday is going to be a wonderful discussion on a project we're working on. So our past Feature Friday, as we mentioned yesterday and we'll mention again today, was a partnership with one of our biggest donors and our biggest champions, Dr. Michaela Cafaro. She was fortunate enough to be inspired on the East Coast, where she's from, and has been willing to create a match program for us. So over the next couple of weeks, any donations that we receive up to $500, she will match for us. We've already got our first, we believe, $100 match. I'm not sure how this works. So we had a donor who donated $50, and then their workplace is going to donate $50. So the match will be $100. Or they donated $50, we matched $50 with our donor, and then their workplace will donate $100. I'm not sure, it doesn't matter, but $50 has turned into $200. So thank you very much. So that's all it takes. You can go to the pinned post here at the top and just click donate through that. The fundraiser, we'd like to keep track of everyone who donates through the fundraiser so for that match. So thank you so very much. Since I am both cameraman and on-air talent today, I don't have a hashtag stick around for you. I'm sorry about that. But we'll try to come up with a cool one for tomorrow, okay? Until then, yes, thank you, Dr. Cafaro and Maggie, for those donations. So until tomorrow, we'll talk about another message for you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching. Thank you for continuing to watch. And please share this video. The more we push this message out, both locally to individuals and to policymakers and to our local council, our aldermen, the city, the more opportunity we have to take advantage of this message and what we're doing here at Keeler Gardens to create more green spaces for communities that could really use it. So great seeing you, and we will see you again tomorrow. I'm going to get really close to the camera to turn it off, so it's going to look really weird for a couple seconds, okay? Take care, everyone.